Hi, good morning everybody. It is Friday. Sorry it's a few days late, guys. I've been busy since then. Yeah, this is part 2 of the audit. So I've conquered, and I've got a few answers for you and for me as well. So as you're all aware, in part 1 I was going to go down to Wolverhampton for my first audit as a Wolves plated driver. I wasn't aware of what was going to happen, and this is the update on what did. And if you wait until the end, I found out a couple of good things, different to the audit, but might come in handy for some people. So basically, yeah, my appointment was at 11 AM down in Wolverhampton at my satellite office. Obviously I went down for the operator's audit. It was due at 11 o'clock, got down there at 10:45, 15 minutes to spare, and down there I met two people, a young lady called Victoria and another chap, I can't remember what his name is, but he was overlooking what the young lady was doing because she was training as part of the new team that they've got, the new audit team. And basically they had just over 50 questions for me, and I was like, oh my god. She said, but a lot of them were yes and no answers. So yeah, both of these people that were doing the audit are people that do the vehicle checks. Yes, so they know a little bit more than just the audit side of things. The main things were, obviously, they wanted to have a look at the booking system, which I was aware of. They wanted to see how I booked people online, whether it's on the phone. I did mention to them I did have a phone number on my website. They told me to get rid of that because I'm not based in Wolverhampton. I would need a local to, like, say Knowsley, for instance, where I live. I would need a separate operator's license for this area, and obviously a badge. So I couldn't use a telephone number. I can only use the online booking side of things. So I had to remove my number. I didn't remove the number, I kept it as an emergency number. The only reason being, I did ask them, I said, can I use it as an emergency number, because obviously people might need to call me if their flight's been delayed or whatever. So yeah, I could only use it as an emergency number, so that's all been changed. They did also want to have a look at my vehicle details, my MOT, my badge, and they also wanted me to set reminders. They wanted to see proof of reminders on my phone or on my system to let me know when my license, my vehicle license is up or needs renewing, to give myself reminders about 6 weeks before. They said it can take around about 6 weeks for your vehicle license to expire. They said as soon as you receive the email, they said check your spam folders as well. It'll be 6 weeks previous to when it starts. She said once you've got that, then go and get your MOT and apply for it straight away, because it can take up to 6 weeks for this for the new license to come through. And the last thing you want to be doing is being out of work while it's being processed. They also, what other questions did they have? They wanted to have a look at receipts, how I was taking payments and how the receipt process went. So basically the receipt, whether it said they paid by cash or whether they said whether it was paid by card. Obviously in my booking system, a receipt gets sent to the person that's booked the job, and also it says on my booking system what they paid by, whether it was Stripe, credit cards, or whether it was cash. So I showed them the evidence of that. I can't remember a lot of the questions because they were basically, there was 50 of them. But apart from that, they obviously new drivers as well. If you've got people driving for you, which I don't, they said make sure I've got all their details, their DBSs, their plate number, all their details, just in case there's any issues. They also asked me if I had a complaints procedure, which I do have now. I didn't have before, so I've got a page which which has got the complaints page on, so that people can fill that in. So I had to add that onto my website, which I did. And also, right, so that's the main thing really. Just make sure you've got all your vehicle documents for every vehicle that either works for you, whereas in my case I work for myself, so I had to take my vehicle details, my MOT certificate, blah blah blah. Even though they've got them on their records, they asked me to take it down. So take down every piece of paperwork that you've got for your vehicles, yours and anybody else that's working for you. Okay. Now, there was two things. There was one thing that I wanted to find out about the vehicle. I've got a 9-seater minibus. Now, I asked them about the seats being concession style. In other words, the seats in the back facing each other. Now, I said, you know, can they face each other? And they said, right. Funny you should mention that, because things have changed. I don't have to be a Hackney driver or Hackney minibus for these seats to have concession style. They said that has now been dropped. So if you're just a private hire and you've got a 9-seater minibus, you can now have the seats facing each other. It's not been rolled out yet, but they said it has been changed recently, and I can now have my seats facing each other, which before they all had to be facing forward. So yes, if you've got a minibus like mine and your seats can be turned around, they can now be facing each other. Okay, guys. There was another oh yeah, and there was also another one with the badge that you have inside the vehicle. Your badge, not your plate number, because you don't have those anymore. Your badge, they asked me where my badge was in the front of the vehicles, obviously so people can see who I am. Now, I had it on my dash, which people could still see, but they said that I need to put it, if you're looking at your window screen, in the top left hand, in the center, but on the left hand side, more on the left hand side, it needs to be stuck up there. So if I turn you around, just bear with me for 1 second. This is now, it was here before, it is now up there. Okay, guys, so if you can see that, I put my badge up there. That's what they wanted me to do. Before, it was on here and it was looking up. Obviously, people can't see it in the back because of the seats, so it's now up there. So change your badge and put your badge up there, guys. Okay. So that's basically the main things. I was happy. Sorry everybody, I had to cut that video short because I hit stop by mistake and I didn't realise until I was editing. But yeah, so you've got the idea of what goes on at the operator's audit. So yeah, all I can say is be careful out there, guys. If you have any questions, also just let me know. Just let me know and I'll try and answer them as best as I can. If you're watching me on YouTube, please follow, subscribe and share. And don't forget to hit that notification button if you can, if that's possible. And if you're watching this on TikTok, please follow and like for my future videos. Okay, but like I say, be careful everybody. It's Friday, it's windy out there, there's some strong winds, and go and earn loads of money. Until next time, guys, take care.